Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video I'm going to describe the difference between binding and interaction energy. So these are two terms. These are two different kinds of energies we usually calculate in the computational chemistry. They are not too much different from each other. There is a very little difference while calculating them, but it should be clear because they're used in a wrong manner sometimes, and people don't make a difference between those two. So first of all, for a complex like this one, for example, I'll show you how to calculate binding energy for a system where two fragments are binding to each other. So this is a structure of oxymyoglobin. Oxy is due to this oxygen, and then this whole molecule is myoglobin. So this oxygen is binding with iron, and we are going to calculate its binding energy. So in this one we can say this whole myoglobin molecule as monomer 1 and oxygen as monomer 2, and then we can compute the binding and interaction energies. So what is the basic difference? That in binding energy we take the energy of the optimized dimer in which both the fragments are together, and then we also calculate the energies of the individual monomers. But in binding energy we also optimize the monomers. So first I need to optimize this whole molecule, and then I need to optimize only one fragment, that is oxygen, and then I need to optimize this myoglobin molecule separately. So then I'll take those energies and put in the equation to get the binding energy. But if I need interaction energy, then what I need to do is I need to optimize the dimer, but I don't need to optimize the monomers separately. So what I'll do is I'll optimize the dimer, and then I'll just take this oxygen as it is, I'll copy it, paste into a new file, and run a single point energy calculation on the same level of theory. Similarly, I'll take this myoglobin by deleting the oxygen, and then run a single point energy calculation for this one as well. So if I proceed this way, it will be interaction energy. But if I take the relaxed geometries, I mean optimized geometries of monomers as well, that will be the binding energy. So we're going to calculate the binding energy for this one. So first of all, we need to optimize this whole molecule. I'll just run a very quick optimization because for the video I'll just use the cheapest method available so that things are quick, but you may use the desired level of theory for your calculations. So I just use the semi-empirical method, PM6 basis set, and optimize this molecule. So first of all I optimized this molecule, and then I need to take this structure, the same structure. So I'll just take this structure and I'll copy it into a new file. Now what I need to do is I need to remove this oxygen, and this is myoglobin. So I'll just run an optimization calculation again for this molecule. So optimization, similarly semi-empirical, the same method, and I'll just edit and save this file and run it, and then I'll also just take the oxygen and optimize it. So you can take the oxygen from here, or you can simply draw an oxygen molecule this way. If I take oxygen and here the oxygen. So you can optimize it in triplet state, that is its ground state geometry, and then we take all of those energies. For example, see here, I have already optimized oxygen. If I come to summary, I have its energy right here. So in the Excel, I just need to make up the formula. I have written fragment 1, that is oxygen, its energy here. The monomer fragment 2, myoglobin, its energy here. And then the complex oxymyoglobin, which is called dimer here. So its energy goes here. And in this column, I just convert them to the kilocalories per mole. So you know that the energy coming from Gaussian is the atomic units, but we can convert it to any unit of our interest. So I just converted it into the kilocalories per mole. So here is the formula. This formula is entered here. You can see that I'm taking this D8 as the dimer minus, and then in the bracket D7 plus D6. That is the monomer 1 and monomer 2. So I'm calculating it here, and here comes the binding energy for this fragment, that is 17.76 kilocalories per mole. Its value is positive. It means that it requires energy to bind these two molecules. So it's not favorable or feasible at its own. So and that is how you calculate the binding energy. I have calculated the binding energy of different other fragments as well. This is a specific experiment, and I have calculated the binding energy of different structures with the oxygen angle changing to different degrees. So you can see that at one point where the angle is 108 degree, its binding energy is 17.76 kilocalories per mole. When the oxygen attachment angle is 141, the binding energy is minus 26.44. It means the binding energy is much more favorable here, and the complex is much more stable. So if you change the angle from here to 179, the binding energy is minus 26.61. It means it's even lesser than that one. So this will be the most stable of all. So hence you can calculate the binding energy and the interaction energy. The formula would be same. The Excel sheet you can make one and use for the other, but just the concept is different, that in binding you also optimize the individual monomers, but in interaction energy you don't optimize the monomer, you just take their single point energies as they are appearing in the dimer or the complex. So that's how you can compute the binding and interaction energies using Gaussian and Gauss view. I hope you would have got the point and understood the difference between these two terminologies, which are sometimes wrongly used, and now you can easily calculate these two energies using Gaussian and Gauss view, or you can use any other software. You just need the electronic energies for that. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, you can post in the comment section, and I'll try my best to reply as soon as I can. Thank you and goodbye.